Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's another edition of our perfectly placed preview show. We're certainly looking forward to the 10 races on Saturday here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. The first race goes off at 12:05, so an early start. Race number 2 is where the bar pot gets underway at 12:40. PA race 3 at 1:15. The big one of the afternoon, the bet we all want to catch, is the pick 6. Race 4 goes off at 13:50. The first jackpot, race 5, at 14:25. And the second jackpot will only start in race number 7, and that goes off at 15:35. All things being equal, the last race will be race number 10, and that's scheduled for 17:20. We're also starting that countdown. Of course, there's not too much left of the Cape Summer season. We're really looking forward to the Splash Out Seafood and Jazz Racing Festival, which happens here at HQ on the 22nd of February. I see the gates will be opened up at 10 o'clock. You'll be able to bring your friends, bring your family. There'll be some of the best equine athletes on display as well. And we're really looking forward to that all happening here on the 22nd of February. There's lots happening on our Cape socials, on Instagram, on Facebook, on our YouTube channel. Don't forget about those perfectly placed interviews. A big thank you to Vaughan Marshall. Thank you to Pitt Boerter. Of course, Lucinda Woodruff as well. And Glenn Cotson was kind enough to pass over his comments as to what he thinks of his runners on Saturday afternoon. All right, so we're going to dive straight into it. The first race is a babies race, so I'm not going to be able to help you too much. What I can tell you, looking at the market, is number 1, Get Up and Go, is your 15-10 favourite. This horse opened up at 18-10, so there's been some early support for number 1, Get Up and Go. Number 2, Follow Your Heart, a gorgeous looking individual, 22-10. 7, Spacebound at 9-2. Number 8, Una the Unicorn, is at 11-2, and after that you're getting 12-1 and better those. I'm not going to be able to help you too much. Obviously there's only one horse in the field that's raced, and that's number 3, Between the Lines, who's been rested for just over 63 days. I'm not sure good enough to win a race of this nature, but only time will tell. I'm of the opinion a first timer will win. The short end of it, I think a first timer will win. Huge respect for number 1, Get Up and Go. I've been able to watch this individual work. He put up some lovely work. I know, speaking to Mr. Marshall, they upbeat about his chances. If he's not too green, he should go very close, this 2-year-old bay colt. The 2 horse, Follow Your Heart. Now, automatically your ears will prick when you see this horse in the parade ring and moving down to the start. A very good looking individual is number 2, Follow Your Heart. Aldo Dume gets the ride for Candice Bass Robinson. And then after that, we naturally need to see what Richard Ferree's riding. He's riding for Peter Muscat. Peter Muscat already had a nice win in the form of Jordash on Tuesday afternoon, so watch out for number 7, Spacebound as well. But my only guide, watch the market, watch them in the parade ring, and watch them move down to the start. We've got a wonderful team of presenters on hand. They'll be able to get all that information that you need from the trainers, and hopefully that will steer you in the right direction. But the early money in race number 1 is for number 1, Get Up and Go, and we're probably going to follow that money, and I'm going to suggest that we go with a win bet, and let's hope that this individual's not too green on debut and can come through with flying colours. The bar pot starts now in race number 2, the off time being 12:40. It's the Equifeeds Maiden Juvenile Plate. They'll line up at the top of the straight here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. It's over 1,200 metres. The market has number 2, Churchillian, at 22-10, 6, Dream Worlds at 22-10, number 8, Indigenous at 33-10, 6-1 about number 9, He Drives Me Crazy, and it's 8-1 and better those. One good for you, Glenn Cotson did confirm with me for perfectly placed that he's doing very well, this 2-year-old colt. He's run twice, 2 runs have run third. We know that there's been a winner from that form line behind Absolutely Yes in the form of Music of the Night, who's trained by Justin Snaith. So include this one into trifectas and quartets. Number 1, good for you. 2, Churchillian, well, he ran against winners on debut. There was some shrewd money around for him on the 25th of January. That was the World Sports Betting Cape Town Met Day, and that was in the Heineken Summer Juvenile Stakes, where he was only beaten just over 6 lengths by Wild Green, who remains unbeaten. So watch for some big improvement from Churchillian. He's exceptionally well bred. He is your 22-10 joint favourite with number 6, Dream World. Now, Dream World's a first timer. Beautifully bred son of One World. Vaughan Marshall did confirm that he's doing very well back at home. I did watch him gallop at the breakfast morning, and Vaughan did confirm that he's come on from that. So you can only imagine that Dream World's going to be a horse that we need to watch closely moving down to the start. And there's not too much after that. Indigenous needs to go into the play. He Drives Me Crazy needs to go into the play. Pitt Boerter did make that his best runner of the day. He Drives Me Crazy, number 9 in race number 2. So tricky race because we don't know too much much about the first timers, but number 2 Churchillian's your joint favourite with number 6 Dream World, and they're both trading at 22-10 as it stands. I'm going to tip a buy pot. Let's put up that buy pot slide. It starts now in race 2. First leg I'm going 1, 2, 6, 8 and 9, by banker 5, by 5 and 8, by banker 4, by 1, 2, 4, 7 and 9, and banker 1 at the back. Race number 3, first leg of the place accumulator. The betting's got number 5 Lasser at 13-10, number 8 Cape Captain at 22-10, 9-2 about number 7 Elysia Asheville, and it's 11-2 and better the field. Now this is going to be the Hop Day Equestrian Enterprises Open Maiden. Take note of that. Open maiden for fillies and mares. My natural selection, top selection, has to be number 5, Lasser. She ran a very good second to Princess on the run last time out. If you go and watch the race, it looked like she had the momentum to go on by and win. Princess on the run just kicked back and got her on the post. But she's got the best form, and I'll be rather surprised if she does get beat when it comes to race number 3. Dangers being number 8, Cape Captain. Richard Fourie gets the ride for Des McLaughlin. Very good third last time out. We know that Des has got his yard in good form at the moment, so respect for number 8. And then 7, Elysia Asheville. She's interesting. She was staying on beautifully last time out over 1,200 metres. Craig Bantam also riding really well at the moment. I am of the opinion that she'll go nicely here. Number 7, Elysia Asheville. So she could be the biggest danger to the favourite being Lasser. I'm going to go with a swinger. I think 13-10 on the skinny side. We're not going to get rich backing Lasser on the nose. So perhaps we rush off to the tote and we go and take the swinger. Let's go swinger. Numbers 5 and 7. That'll be Lasser and number 7, Elysia Asheville. The 4th race, the start of the pick 6. We know that we all want to catch this bet. You need to be on at 13.50. It's the Rites Kroll Stud Open Maiden for fillies and mares. They'll go to the 1,600 metre marker. Favourite is number 5, Bright Gold at 12-10. 8, We Have a Situation at 5-2. Number 3, Sweet Summer Love at 6-1. And after that, you're getting 12-1 and better the field. Now, I've made it an absolute 2-horse race. Bright Gold as well as We Have a Situation. I'm not sure that 12-10 represents any value when it comes to Bright Gold, but she's got some decent form. Her last 2 runs have been very good. Her 4th behind Give Me Everything certainly puts her right in the race. That was a cracking run. We know that Give Me Everything has come out to win again. So form lines have been boosted, and she needs to be one of the leading lights. I'm just having a look at that last run. Second in the race was Blind Ambition, who I think's knocking on the door to exit the maiden ranks, trained by Shane Humby. There's a few others that have run well. Indebe Maya Buye came from that form line as well to win a good race. So yes, Bright Gold has to be a natural selection. And then We Have a Situation. I like this horse. I really like We Have a Situation when it comes to race number 4 on Saturday afternoon. I know she's been frustrating because her last 2 starts, she's run good races, but I am of the opinion that she probably should have gone a little bit closer. The race where she ran 3rd to Warbird, I made her a penalty kick, and again she found some traffic problems, and again she was doing her best work when the race was over. And then her last run to Okavango, that was a fairly decent race. I think Okavango is going to win races trained by Justin Snaith. Cosmic Rhythms come out to win from that form line. Warhawk has come out to run 2nd, and even Mahandas came out to run 3rd in his next start from that form line. So yes, I think We Have a Situation finds the perfect race. This Open Maiden, it's now or never. Gets the perfect services of champion jockey Richard Fourie. So I'm probably going to side with her at 5-2, just ahead of Bright Gold. But it's a 2-horse race on paper. When it comes to the 4th race, if you're not taking a pick 6, I would suggest that we go and back this horse We Have a Situation at 5-2. Race number 5, the first jackpot starts now. It's the Hopes and Dreams stud. It's a maiden plate, off at 14.25. They'll line up at the 1,400 metre marker. Betting has number 4, Victor Hugo at 13-10. Number 6, Mr. Fox at 7-1. 8-1, number 1, Kanichiwa. That's with number 7, Smart Horse. And it's 9-1 and better those. Short and sweet from my side. I made this one of the better bets on the card. I'm confident he'll win number 4, Victor Hugo. I did speak to Lucinda Woodruff. They've put the blinkers on. Apparently he's working very well with the blinkers on. His last run, he moved up as if he was going to sail on bar with Gavin Larena. I know there was lots of money around. It is my time at 100-1, kickback, and fought back to win a good race to beat Victor Hugo. But I'm hoping now that those blinkers have done the magic trick with him, because he's a lovely looking horse. He's been consistent. His form form's very good. He gets a good draw, and I know that Chad Little's been doing some good work back at the Milnerton training facility. So short and sweet from my side, 13 to 10. I'm of the opinion that's still a decent price, and I think he'll be very hard to beat. So I'm going to go with him in a big way, put up that win slide. I believe closer to race time he'll start a lot shorter, and he's going to be my play of the day. Victor Hugo to win race number 5. Race number 6 goes off at 3 o'clock. It's the Sutton Estate C Stakes. It's over 1,400 meters. A very tricky race. You're going to have to go wide in your exotics. Number 4, Secret Passage is at 33 to 10. 7, Unicorn Alert at 7 to 2. Number 1, Give That Man a Bells at 5 to 1. And at 7s and Better the Field. I like a bit of value here. I really like this horse Unicorn Alert. He's dropped in the ratings quite a bit. He races off a 75, so he's dropped a further 2 points from a 77. He ran 5th, beaten 4 and a bit lengths by legal counsel on the 25th of January. I'm of the opinion that was a very nice race. We've seen Please Be True come out to win from that form line. He won a very good race on Tuesday afternoon. Horses like Iconic Destination, King's Quest, Wilder Pleasure, even Scalini, they're all held in high regard by their respective stables. So this form line for me, now that he's dropped to what looks to be a winnable rating, I know he's not an easy ride as number 7, Unicorn Alert, but if he can switch off early, JP van der Merwe will be hunting a passage up the straight and he'll be low flying. So I'm going with him in quite a big way. There's respect for horses like Secret Passage, who won a good race up the straight here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth last time. Lucinda did tell me that Give That Man a Bells is doing really well back at home, and he gets a good draw of 1. Even number 2, In the Bag. He's knocking. This is a horse that's going to love stepping back up in trip. Pumium Joker gets the ride for Peter Wrench. Watch out for number 2, In the Bag. He could represent some decent value. But now that I've looked at the race, I think 7 to 2 is a decent price. I'm going to go with each way number 7, Unicorn Alert. We'll get a big run for our money. Race number 7. Jackpot 2 starts now. You need to be on at 15:35. It's the Paul Diamant A Stakes over 2,000 meters. Favorites number 1, Holding Thumbs at 2 to 1. 6, Baratheons at 5 to 1. The 2 Without Questions at 11 to 2. 4, Otto Lycan, whichever way you want to say it. We'll have to see what comes out in commentary. But that's at 11 to 2. Number 9, Navy Strength at 11 to 2. And 3, Call to Unite at 8 to 1. You're getting 10 to 1 and better those. Interesting race. Competitive race. I know Glenn Cotson did confirm with me for Perfectly Placed that this horse is doing really well, Holding Thumbs. He's going to be hard to beat. You have to think he's going to be hard to beat. He's always been one of those horses that the yard have held in high regard. He's taken a bit of time to mature. He's held himself in good stead through the Cape Summer season, especially over those staying trips of 2,500 meters. He won a good race on the 7th of December when he beat Love Is a Rose. And then on the 4th of January, in the glorious Goodwood Chairman's Cup, the Grade 3 event, he went down behind King Pelez. He was only beaten 2 lengths when running second. That was a good run. Just having a look at the form lines, Mucha Dinero's come out to win from them. Love Is a Rose has come out to run second. Some really nice staying types that took part in that Grade 3 event. So yes, Holding Thumbs, I'm not too concerned that he drops back to 2,000 meters. Good draw, well weighted, a 54 on his back. He'll go very close to winning. He's an on-speed horse, so he'll be there for a long way. You can make a case for so many others. I don't want to sit here and bore you, so you're probably going to have to go wide if you're playing to beat Holding Thumbs. I can tell you that Pit Buerta did tell me that this was Baratheon. If he does run on Saturday, they think he's got a big winning chance, so perhaps you want to include him into the play as well. Now, I'm going to tip a Jackpot 2. I love my jackpots, and when I had a look at the card, I thought Jackpot 2 rings a bell. I'm going to spend some money. Let's put up those numbers. I'm going to go field in the first leg, so I'm not going to take any chances. Field in leg 1. Second leg, we're going 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. By 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. By banker 9. So just to run through those numbers again, field in the first leg by 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. By 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we're going to take our chances, and we're going to banker number 9, Empire State in the back. Race number 8 goes off at 4:10. It is the Interbet Class 4 for fillies and mares over 1,200 meters. I'm quite surprised to see that this horse is very short in the market, but must have an undeniable winning chance and is going to be my top selection. But December Dawns at even money. Number 6, Dark Winters at 9 to 2. Number 1, Back at the George at 5 to 1. 3, She's Got Class at 6 to 1. And it's 9s and better those. Right. Minefield, if you look past December Dawn. This is the sort of race that can throw a result. Let's start with number 1, Back at the George. She's a lot better than her last starts. Put a big black line through that. She was beaten 7 lengths by So Hot So What. I'm not sure what happened. I'm sure something would have come in the washer for that lackluster, disappointing performance from her. The run behind Babylicious on the 28th of December. If she can bring that run to the course on Saturday afternoon, she's a massive runner. I see all the boys I've loved has come through to frank that form line already, and I know that Babylicious went on to run a very good third to Trip to Maputo in a driving finish. So if this horse Back at the George can bounce back to her best form, she'll have a big winning chance. 2, Little Miss Pink, tricky ride. She drops in trip. She'll probably be outpaced in the early parts of the race, and she'll be low flying late. I know that she can be tricky. Aussie Noach knows her very well, so watch for her late. Number 3, She's Got Class. Well, she could be anything. She won a good race last time out. It's her first run stepping out of the maidens, but she's been sparingly raced. She's just had the 2 runs to date. So number 3, She's Got Class, needs to go into the play. 6, Dark Winter. She's also a lot better than her last start. This does show some sort of a drop in class for number 6, Dark Winter, so she must be included. Richard Fourie gets the ride for Justin Snaith, and that leads me to my top selection being December Dawn. A good bunch of owners involved. She's done really well. She's won her last 3 starts very impressively, and I think her last one was her most impressive. She's switched off. JP van der Merwe was looking for a run to the outside fence, and she absolutely motored home to win going away by just over 2 lengths. Now, she does drop from class 5 into a class 4, which means she's going to have to up her game a little bit. I'm not sure that even money shows much value. Closer to race time, you'll get a better price, but she's got a good turn of foot. Aldo riding well. Candice's also looking very well, and she's progressive. I think that's the key over here. She's very progressive, is number 8, December Dawn. She finds herself racing in class 4 company, but it's not a strong race, and the fact that she's in good form and she knows how to win, I am going to make her my top selection. So there we go. That's going to be my top 1 selection. Even money. I am of the opinion you'll get a better price closer to race time. Race number 9 goes off at 16:45. It's the Claverflay Stud Class 5 event over 1,200 meters. The betting has Trippy Silk, number 9, as your favorite at 5-2. Number 8, Champagne Mac at 9-2. 7, Augusta Blues at 5-1. The 4, Lovers Lane at 6-1. And you're getting 7-1 and better those. 1, Maritzburg Memory. She's interesting. I know she can be quite aggressive in her races. I am very disappointed with her last run. I'm going to call a spade a spade. I thought she'd go very close to winning. I know there was some shrewd money around for her late, but she just races too aggressively. She needs to learn to relax. I like the fact that they've dropped her back in trip. I've always thought quite a bit of Maritzburg Memory. She drops in ratings. If ever she's going to bounce back to form, it's going to be on Saturday afternoon. So please chuck her into the play. 2, Lady Loxton must also be respected. Watch her go down to the start. If she goes down well enough, she could have a trifecta quartet chance. 5, Trey Chic. Pit Buerta did say that she could bounce back to her best form. I know her last run, she was very disappointing. She needs to be switched off early, and she can rattle home late. So Trey Chic needs to be watched closely. Whenever I see this combination booked, Louis Mqotwa and Pit Buerta, automatically my ears start to prick. So 5 needs to be watched closely. 7, Augusta Blue comes back from a small break of 63 days. Grant Van Niekerk gets the ride for Adam Marcus. And then 8, Champagne Mac. He's doing well back at home, according to Pit Buerta. He's also dropped quite a bit in the ratings. Richard Fourie gets the ride. And then 9, Trippy Silk. Well, he was gutsy last time. I know him and Tsunami Warning got into a good battle the last 200 meters, and he was snared on the post. He's got to be very competitive in this sort of a class. So Trippy Silk, if he jumps, he goes very close to winning. It's as very simple and quite simple as that. Just having a look at his form, I know he can throw 1 or 2 disappointing runs into the mix. But in this class, Trippy Silk needs to be respected in a big way. All right, now that I've had a look at the field, I don't like the look of the race. I'm probably going to go and take the swinger. Swinger for me, I'm going 1, Maritzburg Memory, and number 9, Trippy Silk. Race number 10, the Get Out Stakes, as I like to call it. I'm not sure that we're going to get out of it with Empire State. Very short in the market. But nonetheless, it's a good race, and no doubt that punters will be watching closely. It's the Hollywoodbets Bright Future Class 4 event. It's over 1,100 meters, and it goes off at 17:20. The favorite is Empire State at 13-20, so skinny odds about this individual. 4, Counter Attack, the stable companion, at 15-2. And after that, you're getting 8-1 and better the field. Short and sweet from my end. Very hard to beat. Empire State, he's got to be the best bet on the card. Aldo Dume gets the ride for Candice Bass Robinson. He ran a very good 4th to Golden Destiny on the 25th of January. If memory serves me correct, That was the last race on World Sports Betting Cape Town Met Day. There were some nice horses in that race. I'm just having a look. Golden Destiny's come out to win a game. Unbal D came out to win a very good race. So those form lines have been franked in a big way. The fact that he races in this Class 4 event with 63 on his back doesn't concern me at all. He'll be very hard to beat. If he rocks up in the form that he's been in of late, I'm of the opinion that Aldo won't move a muscle. It's just as simple as that. It's very hard to find something to beat this improving 3-year-old Bay Colt. So I'm going to go with him in a big way, and I'm going to go as far as saying that he's probably the best bet on the card. So there we go. That's how we close it off. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that it was able to help you. Just having a look at the card. Yes, there's 1 or 2 nice bets. Victor Hugo, Empire State. My value play will be Unicorn Alert. I think at 7-2, that's a decent price. And then the early start to the program with all those babies. Those are going to be races that we need to watch closely as well. So there we go. Thank you for watching this short insert. Remember, it's just a guide. You can add and subtract on those exotics as well. From the Cape Racing team, sit back, relax, enjoy it on Saturday afternoon, and I hope it will be a profitable day's racing. Bye-bye.